Okay, so this video is way past due, but better late than never. So basically, I'm here to show you guys my deck list from the YCS in Dallas a few weeks ago, and talk about my tournament experience because this was my first YCS, and I felt like I learned a lot about myself as a player. One of the things that I realized was, you know, the importance of playing under pressure. I went X3-1, and one of my losses and the draw were to technical play and just not being like fully aware of my surroundings. Because it's one thing to play on Dueling Book when you're at home and it's quiet, but it's another thing to play at an event with like physical cards and like thousands of other people around you. So it's definitely a huge. I was out of my comfort zone, you know, because prior to Dallas, I've only been to like a couple of regionals since I began playing competitively. So it's definitely something different. But instead of like feeling sorry about those losses, I took them as like learning experience so that I can apply them to future events, which I will be going to. And so other than that, so like I dropped out after round 8, and so I there was no way I was making day 2. So Sunday, when I went back to the event, I entered a couple of side events, like the regional qualifiers. I entered, I think, 2 of them, and I lost both of them. Like, the first one I entered, I played against Spyral, and that was actually my first loss to Spyral during the weekend. Speaking of Spyral, I played 4 in total. I beat 2 of them, I tied with 1, and then I lost to the other one at a side event. Because Spyral was basically the meta at the time. But yeah, I lost to Spyral, dropped out of that regional qualifier, entered another one a few minutes later, and I played against True Draco Spyral Invoked. Same thing, technical play, issues with that, issues with me just being distracted or like not focused enough. Like, we went to time, we went to sudden death, and I could have like done damage for game because I had Alistair in hand, and I just completely like overlooked that. It was right in my face, like it was right in front of me, the game-winning card. I just completely overlooked it. So that's really like, it's really upsetting, but like, it's, for me, it's more of a learning experience. Like, be aware of your surroundings, focus, be alert, and then I entered a Winamat, and I lost a stun. The guy was playing like Thunder Kings, also Dinos, like 20 traps. Like, I couldn't beat that deck. But overall, the event was fun. I do plan on going to more events in the future. But enough about that. I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys the deck I played. I played Invoked. At the time, Invoked was a really good meta call, I felt like, because it had a good matchup against Spirals. It's a 1-card engine, so you can play all of the cards to combat Spirals, like the hand traps, the kaijus, the set rotations, blowout cards. The one matchup I really like underestimated was Pendulum Edition. Like, yeah, I knew Pendulum was like a top contender, but I didn't know just how powerful it was when I actually like both my losses were to that deck. It's really unfortunate because like that those decks like knocked me out of the tournament, but no, that deck is really good. But other than that, like I felt Invoke was a really strong like underdog deck. So yeah, 3 Alistair, 3 Gofu. Before anyone says something, this is from YCS Dallas, and at the time, Gofu was 3 per deck. And it was really good at the time because it just gave you power plays. It let you make Decode Talker, which opened up 2 zones to keep making fusions. There's really silly combos with Alistair. Like, even at 1, I'm still gonna play Gofu, and any future deck that I play, because it's that good. But yeah, 3 Gofu was pretty insane, I'm not gonna lie. I'm also playing the Trickstar engine. This was actually really strong because, first of all, it's a really small little engine, so it doesn't get awkward like the spellbooks or Wind Witches. It's also very easy to side with this engine because you can take them out going second. It has a lot of synergy because this is a light, this is a terraforming target. This card's just really ignorant, the reincarnation. But yeah, it was good. Definitely gonna play it moving forward. Next up, I played a kaiju engine. The kaijus are, of course, 1 card outs to boss monsters like Masterpiece, Opposing Mechabuzz, Sleeper, you name it. Like any ignorant boss monster. But they have other applications which I took advantage of. So I took advantage of playing kaijus in order to play cards like these. This card's insane. Like, I want to talk about why I played Waterfront. So, the kaijus, while they're on the field, have really broken effects, but you can only unlock them by playing the field spell. The field spell gives them tokens, well, counters, I should say, and you can unlock their effects, and once per turn you can rota for a kaiju, so you'll always have an out till, stuff like Masterpiece. So Gamma Seal is a Solemn Judgment, not once per turn. This guy is a Shrink, this guy is a Raigeki, this guy is it summons tokens of itself, so it's a dog fighter, like the Cosmo ship. And then this card is a Shockmaster that can attack 3 times. I've won so many games with these cards, it's insane. That was like one of the highlights of my deck, having extra value out of the kaijus, because in other decks, they're just there to outboss monsters, not really there to do the things I was doing with them. And then I play 7 hand traps. Yeah. Hand traps are basically like the future of Yu-Gi-Oh! Every deck needs to play hand traps. Nexi is the best one. It's there's a reason it's debatable whether or not it should be banned. Ash is amazing. If you weren't playing Ash in your deck, you weren't having a good time. And then Ogre was really good against Spyral, Draco, ABC, and so on. It's a light monster. In some cases, it just acts like your 4th, 5th, and 6th copy of Ash, because they're very similar. For these spell cards, 1 Raigeki, 3 Scapegoat. The Scapegoats were insane. It just gave you access to a huge pool of Link monsters, like Gofu did. And it's a 1 card OTK sometimes, because you just start making Link Spiders, Decode Talkers, Firewalls, just out of nowhere off this 1 card. Even just using it to block an attack is not terrible, because you're at least buying yourself a turn to live. And yeah, it was amazing. Anytime I saw this card, I felt really happy. 2 Invocation, the 3 Meltdown, 3 Terraform, 3 Third Rotation, which again you won't be seeing in future decks, but at the time it was really good. And my targets for Third Rotation. I actually went the extra mile and played an actual target for Sephra Oracle of Sephra because... Oh, and by the way, this was the pendulum monster I was talking about that cost me a game. But anyways, yeah, I actually went all the way and played a Sephra monster because, like, if you draw Oracle, you can play it and search for this and make Megabo. So it's not like it's not a complete brick. And then of course, if you don't open with this, you just give it to your opponent off set rotation and it's floodgate done. Also, because I was playing set rotation, it justified playing the extra field spell like the kaiju one because you know I can just be very flexible with my field spells. Not anymore, but you know at the time it was really clever. The extra deck was 2 Nekroz, the Earth, Fire, Dark Invoked monster. This one is actually super relevant. I'll talk about him in just a second. 2 Link Spider. This card, the Magician. This card's pretty cool. With this card, it combos really well with the kaijus because so basically I can show you a combo with this card in my deck. So anytime you like, if I actually won like 3 games doing this, by the way. So like anytime you open Gofu, you can you first of all you kaiju your opponent's monster. You summon Gofu, use the 2 tokens and turn them into Link Spiders. You make this with the 2 Link Spiders. It's really important that you give your opponent's kaiju and place it in front of your main extra deck zone. Otherwise, this combo won't work. So you make this. Because Gamma Seal is pointing to this, you just bounce back your kaiju and then kill them because they have no monsters. I did that like I think 3 or 4 times and it won me the game every single time. No one saw it coming. It was really amazing. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I kind of miss Gofu now. 2 of the Ib. I'll come back to these in a moment, but that's the combo I want to talk about in a bit. 2 Proxy Dragon, of course. This card's insane. 1 Borlo Dragon. Made this like once or twice, and it was good. One of them actually, they won me the games I made him. And the Talker. So this little combo right here, basically, if you open Gofu and Alistair, you effectively end on this board turn 1. And at the time against Spirals, it was so good because like what can Spirals do? Like this guy limits them to 1 attack and 1 effect per turn. So yeah, like that deck needs multiple effects to play, and with 1 per turn it's not gonna happen. And then like even if they have like a board wipe or something, it doesn't really matter because like I can protect this, or just like if I feel like it's not worth protecting this, I can just keep these 2 on the field. So like their Dark Hole becomes like a 1-for-1 instead of like a +2. So and then for the side deck, it's 3 Gamma and 1 Driver, 3 Joel. I should have probably main decked these. I didn't main deck them because I felt like between the kaijus, the Regeki, and the 7 hand traps, I was covered. So I would just slide these in specifically for Spiral. But I mean, it was good. Like anytime I do these, I won. Like this card just ended Spiral's turn. I'm also playing extra targets for step rotation to further floodgate field spell decks. The Mind Control. This is for like Pendulum. Should have slided more actually, because I really underestimated that deck. With 3 heavy dust, the heavy Storm Duster, Repalio, Trickstar, Pendulums too. I didn't have anything else for pendulums, so I slotted these in to hit the skulls. And then one Cactus, the invoked monster. My fight deck was already perfect at 14, so I just decided to throw in something for like Paleo because I had invocation the Rowan Totem. But anyways, that's basically the deck. I know it's outdated. The format's a lot different now, but I really wanted to just put it out there because you know, I want to like put out my deck lists. Like from now on, anytime I go to an event, I want to put up my deck lists and talk about my experience. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to look back at this kind of stuff. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. I'm having another regional next weekend actually. I'm not sure if I'm going to play Invoked still. We'll see, but no. See you guys later.